Yo, what's good, YouTube? How you doing today? We're watching Why It Sucks to Be a Pleasure Slave. No slaves were harmed during the making of this video. Wasn't
You're
Isn't this a
15,
cartoon video?
and the desert sun burns your back as the ship docks along the Nile. They brought you here in silence, your wrists bound with a rope that still carries the scent of the last girl who wore it, the one who didn't survive the journey. You came from the mountains far south, where the
Hi,
trees
YouTube.
bloom thick and the air smells of rain. But this place is different. This place is dry and
Okay.
blinding. The wind stings with dust, and even the river looks tired. They march you inland towards Wasset, where columns rise like teeth and nobles dress in
Oh my
linen
god, wait, this is in Egypt.
so white it hurts to look at. You're one of the 5 that were sold together, inspected one by one under an awning,
Hi,
while
YouTube,
men
hi,
with
YouTube,
shaved
hi,
heads
Mac.
scribble your height, your
I want the comments to be like Hi Twitch. I want to have like a community. Some community understanding. I don't want anyone to be racist to each other. Yeah, we're Twitch chatters. We're way better than YouTube. Oh yeah, we're YouTube chatters. We're way better than Twitch. Let's not have some racism, okay?
hips, and your price. You're stripped bare before strangers, the heat pressing against your skin like a second weight. A woman scrubs you with rough cloth, then rubs oil along your spine and dusts your chest with crushed flour powder, making your body a display. They don't speak to you.
You're not there yet, twin. Yo, I'll be there. I'll be there. And then in like a year or two, niggas are gonna go back to watching my old videos and they'll see this. Trust.
Directly, only about you. This one will serve in the private quarters, the steward says, and that night you sleep in a side room near the master's bath. You're told not to speak or eat unless given permission. You're not to be seen outside. Neither are you here to clean or serve wine or pour water for guests.
Do
Your
nothing.
place? Beside his bed. You're now Hema, and your value has nothing to do with your thoughts. You're 17, and you've learned how to smile without meaning it. You walk the halls like a shadow now, quiet, perfumed, and invisible unless wanted. The master is a nobleman, distant blood to Pharaoh, rich enough to own 2 pleasure slaves and a library. His wife is beautiful, cruel, and always watching. When you serve dates or wine during banquets, she pretends you aren't real, but you see her knuckles tighten when he looks too long in your direction. Still, she says nothing because she can't. He owns you, and you belong to the household, not the marriage. He touches your arm during prayer, slides his hand along your back when no one's watching. Then, one evening, he summons you with a nod instead of a command. You kneel, and you obey. His linen robe smells of papyrus and resin. His hands are soft, and his words are practiced. When it's over, he hands you a pomegranate seed and says the gods are pleased. You nod, though you don't understand which god would want this. Weeks later, your stomach turns in the mornings. You drop a tray and don't hear it fall. The housemaid notices, presses her hand to your belly, and tells you not to be afraid, that this could save you. You ask what she means, but she only says to pray he wants to keep it. A few months pass and your stomach swells beneath the linen. 2 other servants
get it.
start giving you space, some offering bread or dates or a softer spot to rest. They don't say it, but they know. When the master sees you, he raises an eyebrow, then laughs, telling you that you'll name it after him, and then leaves the room before you could respond. You begin to understand what the housemaid meant. You're no longer a thing passed around at his will. You are now Walad, the mother of his child.
Okay.
He declares it publicly and proudly, as though the child were something he had carefully planned. Your chains do not disappear, but they shift. You cannot be sold or traded.
Oh my god, being a slave while being pregnant might not be the best thing. But it seems like it's not really that bad of a life. I mean, it depends on how much they're feeding them, because food is important. Okay, food is really important.
Now, you still serve, still kneel, still smile when asked to, but there's something different in how they look at you. Your belly is no longer shameful. It is power, temporary and fragile, yet it is yours. The wife pretends not to notice, though her coldness sharpens. When she enters a room, you lower your eyes. She does not speak to you. But once, she passes close and whispers that he will tire of you, and to just wait. Then she keeps walking, her gold bracelets clinking like tiny knives. You're 18, and the baby is born on a stone floor with only the housemaid and a midwife
Let's go.
present. A boy. His skin is soft and golden. with curls already forming at the crown of his head. He cries the moment he touches air. Then again when they place him on your chest. The midwife smiles
That is a big ass baby.
and says he has strong lungs, that he will live. You want to believe her. You want to believe you both will. The master visits that night. He holds the child like he has never touched anything so small. A son. He calls it a good omen. He leaves before sunrise, but his perfume still lingers on the linen. They give you a room near the back of the estate, beside the kitchens. It's small and hot, but it is yours. The housemaid helps you recover, showing how to wrap your belly, how to nurse, and how to keep the baby quiet when the mistress is nearby. She tells you to stay useful, that it'll keep you safe. You ask if that is always true, but she does not answer. The child grows, first crawling, then standing. His laugh sounds like freedom, yet you never forget. You are still property. Every day you live is one breath away from punishment, one heartbeat away from loss. If the master changes his mind, if the wife decides to speak, if the wind shifts in the wrong direction, your protection will vanish. And then there will
You
be
die.
only a child with no name and a woman with no rights. You're 21, and your son runs through the gardens like he owns the land. The guards don't stop him, and the servants smile when he passes. He's your son, but he's also his father's. And that means something here. He eats honey cakes from silver plates, wears linen dyed in saffron, and sleeps with carved amulets meant to keep evil spirits away. You watch from the corner of the courtyard, holding a basket of laundry, while he chases dragonflies under the shaded date palms. The master comes to see him often, but not you. He nods when you bow. He doesn't touch you anymore. Not since the mistress found religion and demanded new boundaries. You should be relieved, but the silence feels like punishment too. You remain in the shadows, quietly washing the clothes of the woman who calls you a mistake. At night, when your son curls into your lap and asks why the other children won't play with him, you say, because they're jealous. You don't tell him it's because he doesn't belong anywhere. Not fully a slave, not fully free. You wonder if he'll hate you for
And
that
no one is
one
ever
day.
free.
You're 25 and you know how to avoid the mistress's eyes now. You take the back stairs. You keep your voice soft, and you've taught your son not to run indoors, not to sing too loud, not to look directly at her. It works, but only for a while. One morning, when he bumps her vase with a stick and it crashes to the floor, she screams. He freezes, and you rush in too fast, grab him too hard, apologize too quickly. She stands over both of you, trembling with rage. She calls him wild, like his mother. Her hand rises, but it's the steward who stops her, not out of kindness, but because the master has made it known that the boy is his. You thank the steward with your eyes, but he does not look back. Later that week, the master summons you. He says nothing at first, only staring at your son as he sleeps on a mat in the room. He declares that the boy will go to school, that he will learn the scribe's tongue. You nod, grateful, yet terrified. School means exposure. Eyes on
He's gonna get like hella bullied because his mom's a slut or something.
him, questions
slave.
and records. When he leaves, he pats your shoulder as if you are a dog that has done something well. You remain standing long after the door closes, your hands trembling, not from fear, but from something far more dangerous. Hope. You're 30 and the house has grown quieter. The mistress no longer speaks above a whisper. Her health is failing, and her servants tread carefully, as if afraid the sound of their footsteps might finish what illness started. Your son is now nearly a man, taller than you. He reads aloud to the master in the evenings, voice steady, fingers stained with ink. He speaks like a noble now, and eats like one too. But when he sees you, his face softens. You're still his mother, even if you're still a slave. You're Walad now, a mother of a child the master has claimed. It means they can't sell you. It means the women in the market look at you differently. Not with pity, not with scorn, but with something closer to fear. Because you stayed, you rose, and you survived. The master grows old. His gait is slow, his words more brittle than before. One morning, a servant finds him cold on the floor beside his bed. The
Have you
house
tried
falls
Ocean World
into
now?
stillness.
I
There's a
haven't,
wailing,
not yet.
a ceremony, and then there is freedom. Not for everyone, but for you.
But I did see the
Because-
intro or the the video of it. Don't didn't really like it that much, to be honest.
Under Egyptian law, a slave who bore her master's child and whose child was recognized can become free when the master dies. That was the rule. That was the contract. You say nothing until the steward brings the papers and tells you
So
the
she's
words
free
you've
now.
waited your entire life to hear.
You're free.
You are no longer owned. You're 34 and the garden no longer smells like fear. You still live in the house, but now you sleep in a room with a door that locks from the inside. You wear linen that isn't assigned. Your name is on records and not just your body. Your son walks with you through the market, holding your arm, not because he must, but because he chooses to. The same men who once passed you without a glance now bow politely. Some even ask if you need help with your basket. The mistress was taken away to a distant cousin's home. No one speaks her name anymore, and her steward has left. The new master, your son, has other ideas about power, about kindness, about legacy. One night, you open a small wooden box beneath your bed. Inside is the thin bracelet your mother gave you before they sold you. You hadn't looked at it in years. You run your fingers along the faded etchings. You remember her voice, her tears, and her hope that maybe life would still offer something more. Now, you live in a house where no one owns your body, where no one calls you girl or
Good thing.
property or slave. You eat what you like, you rise when you choose, you walk freely, and for the first time in decades,
Not that bad. Not that bad of a life. It is not a good life, but like, it's W video, W video. Okay, just W video. What is this goon bait? Okay. Oh my god. Let's just get straight to the next video chat.